All right, we are live on YouTube. Before we get started here, can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? Let me know if you can hear me clearly and see me clearly. I'm sorry for the late start. Things always come up. It is Friday. It's been a busy day already, but now I'm just all relaxed and ready to rock and roll and have a great stream here with my wonderful friends and supporters. Just gonna wait another second or so before we get to it here. When I turn the corner and get into some shade, I'll make sure that people can hear me clearly and see me clearly. All right. Let me check it out a second here. Yes, we can, says BWYA Gaming. The Queen is here. You're good. Hello, Gaming says Queen, and hello, Queen says BWYA Gaming. Okay. And hey, I want to thank you, Stork, for the $5 super sticker. Thank you, Lewis, earlier for the like. Good afternoon to you, Lewis, as well. Thank you for the thumbs up. Stork says thumbs up, and a great day for a walk it is. And here's the thing, Stork. Before I get started here, he says I need to work, but have fun with the stream. Always do, bro. I love what I do. I love what I do. Here's the thing. I know there's a lot of drama happening on the other side. Well, not a lot of drama, but they're trying to instigate drama. And I think what they really want is to, get me reinserted, which is not going to happen. And I think all of you, not all of you, but many of you on the other side know that if I don't feed into that stuff, it's boring as hell, right? I'm not trying to say I'm all that, but I'm the one that makes the drama interesting on that side, right? But I'm not a drama king. And people I guess miss me. It's funny what's been happening since I completely withdrew from that drama. These people are like suffering for content, all of them. And then they're trying to say that I have no content, right? That's what they do, right? All right, somebody's coming. Let me just make sure. Let me just try to avoid them. I am partially vaccinated, but not fully. But I think the first dose of Pfizer gives you a good amount of protection, and then the second dose just completely puts you in a very good position. But yeah, and I love it. Here we go. San Francisco Bay Trail Public Shore. Love it, love it, love it. Let me give you the reverse view of entering here. I don't know if you folks can see this. Haven't been on this trail in a little while, and the knob is still broken. All right. Love this, love this. And the water is full today. It is absolutely full. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah. If I ever drop the iPhone, it'll survive. The new iPhones are waterproof, like up to 30 feet. So it's absolutely great. But I do whatever I can to protect this very expensive investment that we like to call a smartphone nowadays, right? All right, that's what you see when you walk in here, just giving you a different perspective. Let's see. The jabs don't make you immune, it just helps your body fight it off easily if you get it. Of course, bro. I think we all know that. But thank you, Arnie. Appreciate that. Tornado Town. is in the house. Welcome to the show. Let them beat themselves up. Beat our best to stay out of their BS. BWYA Gaming with the $2 super sticker. She says, "Hey you, thank you BWYA Gaming, thank you. It's a nice day out here. I don't have my jacket on or anything or my gloves. It's about 70 degrees and it's just really, really nice and I feel really good. I feel really, really good. It's a great day for a walk on this trail. This is what I see as I come in. A lot of people say, "Oh, Redwood City is a dirty town," right? That's what they say, right? You call this dirty? Hey, not every part of every town looks like this. Every area has their good and bad areas, right? But when people have no content, they try to trigger people as much as possible because that's what gives them their content. It's pathetic and ridiculous, right? But yeah, so Stork, listen, with no disrespect, I appreciate the $5 super sticker, but yeah, I've got nothing to say about what you're talking about. Um, quite honestly, I'm not paying close attention to, you know, the beefs between different people on that side. But I can only imagine what's happening because it's just funny how all of those creators on that other side are struggling for content right now. And here's the thing, you know, they could come back at me and say, look, your views have dropped significantly. Of course they have. I'm getting real views now. As a matter of fact, my view count has always been the numbers where it's at right now. The reason why the numbers were higher were for many reasons. Number one, all the drama people were watching me when I was coming at their leaders. And number two, and everyone knows this, even though, you know, they're trying to say otherwise, there were some people from that side that, you know, were buying my channel subs and views and likes, right? I have never once, and I clearly and honestly state this, I had never have once purchased subscribers, views, or likes, or even live bots. Never. And see, the other side knows that, right? But see, because they have no content, and even though they know I'm not the one that's doing it, they say it's me doing it because they're trying to trigger me to get a reaction, and it's not going to work. So that's as much as I'm going to say regarding that. It's just rather comical to see these people just bury themselves. Like I mentioned on my stream last night that I did briefly, like there are people getting ROs on each other, they're calling CPS. Like all these people are like attacking each other, right? And like I said last night, even if these people had legitimate legal claims or legitimate things to report to the police regarding what other people are doing, why couldn't they do that behind the scenes? Why do they have to make content out of it? Because that's all they have. That's all they have. Calling CPS on people and getting restraining orders on people, that's their content. And if they're not instigating all that, they have nothing. It's comical, right? It's comical and pathetic as hell. Anyway, how's the audio and video, folks? I'm going to pull over here in a second because there's some people coming. I'm going to let them pass and I'll check out the chat. Give me a second here. BWYA Gaming with another $3 super sticker with the thumbs up. Thank you, BWYA Gaming. That's unnecessary, but thank you. Let's see. The jabs don't make you immune. I get it. I already read that. Arnie, the jabs are harming people literally. I'll just say that. Arnie says that, Queen, I really don't know what to make of it. There's so many different stories going around. Queen says, Arnie, I've been watching. Okay. Tornado Town, unfortunately I cannot check Cash App because I am live on mobile and I have my notifications turned off. But if you'd like to let me know about the Cash App, I'd be happy to thank you for it. Thank you so much in advance for the Cash App. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my God. Whoa. That was like a big black bee that just hit my iPhone screen. So you got to be real careful. Like, this is the time of year where the bees are out. Now, I'm not allergic to bees, but they sting like a mofo. Be careful out there. Well, I had to move my screen a second because I didn't know what it was that just popped on my phone. It was a big black bee. It was a big mofo. It's all good. What are you going to do? Like, you're in nature, right? People have to realize that when you're out here on a hiking trail or a trail like this, you're in the middle of nature. And this is where the animals and the bugs have always lived, right? We just put a nice path in the middle of their home, right? Now, this is a man-made path. Let's be nice to the lady, say human-made path. Who knows? Maybe a lady got involved building this too. Who knows? I'm trying to be a little more progressive, right? But this is a beautiful flat path that was carved out and made right in the middle of the wetlands, right? So you have to expect anything. I mean, we may come across some geese here in a bit like we usually do, right? Remember the geese, Queen, from the past? Tornado Town, thank you so much for your Cash App. I have not been able to check it. I will pay you props the next time I do an in-studio stream. Since I am on mobile, I'll thank you after I see it again. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Again, like I said, I'm on mobile right now, and I have my phone set to not get any notifications or calls during the stream. Because when I used to do streams and had notifications on mobile, the trolls would call my phone. And it would disrupt my stream. So I just put the phone to do not disturb mode, and it kills all the notifications. All it allows is the cell, internet to reach the YouTube app, and that's it. That's all I need. So anyway, we're going to get to the topic here in just a second. Kind of a long intro, but this is like an impromptu stream, just hanging out with the people of the Coach Eli clan. And it is Friday, so hey, Lewis is back. BWY Gaming says I'm still alive, LOL. Hello, Queen, and everyone in the stream says Lewis. Queen says yes, that's fine, no biggie. Midday there, weather looks great. It does, about 70 degrees. BWY Gaming says I will tell you that the dose I got has ethanol in it. You could say I am a bit gassy. Okay. Here's my thing. The CDC and the FDA and any government agency involved in authorizing the vaccines to be distributed would not do it if during testing there were a lot of deaths, and there haven't been. Now, look, we have to look at this realistically. This is just my opinion. I'm only stating an opinion. This is not a fact. I'm making it very clear this is an opinion. In my opinion, you know, any type of medication could potentially harm someone if they're allergic to it, right? Everybody's body processes things differently. Now, there are some things that most of us process the same, right? But in some very rare, unique cases, some people, you know, could have some serious side effects, even leading up to death, right? But that's very rare. The percentages are very low. If we didn't vaccinate people, there'd be a lot more people dying. Have you folks not noticed the number of deaths have gone down since we started administering more vaccines? I mean, think about it that way. I mean, look, I'm not a guy that's, you know, all about government being always right. I'm not like a square or anything like that. But facts are facts, and the truth's the truth. Look, ever since we started vaccinating people, and now that we have 42% of the people here in the U.S. fully vaccinated, the amount of deaths per day have drastically decreased. Is that a hoax? I mean, you tell me. I'm just saying, look, I'm not going to go against anyone else's wishes. You folks are entitled to believe whatever you want to believe, right? You're entitled to your thoughts, right? I'm just saying, as with anything, any type of medication, there are always going to be side effects. Some people have side effects for taking ibuprofen, like aspirin, right? It's no different, right? But if we didn't vaccinate people, there'd be a lot more people dying. That is a fact, any which way you look at it. But I respect everyone's opinions. No worries. Well, Queen, if you're saying they've gone up, then somebody's lying to us. So, Tornado Town, you're saying that you're not getting vaccinated? Right, like the blood clots was people who had issues in the first place. Right. You got to understand, some people have pre-existing conditions, right? And if you have pre-existing conditions, they're probably going to advise you to not take it. But some of those people, you know, when they went to go get their, you know, vaccine shots, they didn't mention their pre-existing conditions. Or maybe they forgot, or who knows, right? Or maybe they just thought it wasn't going to affect them, right? That's important, right? We have to take all of that into consideration. So anyway, let's get right to it, folks. Let's get to the topic here. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. This is episode number 111. And we're live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here at Bar Island in beautiful Redwood City, California. Love this trail. Haven't been out here in a while. I feel absolutely amazing today. My pinched nerve has almost completely subsided. And things are just good, folks. Things are just great. If you missed my stream from last night, by the way, I did a brief stream last night. It was a little less than an hour. And I was talking about, you know, what the sexiest thing is to other people, business or personal related. And check it out if you missed it. What the sexiest quality is. What's the biggest turn on to people? And it's not physical attraction. Go check out that video if you missed it, or that live stream replay if you missed it, and find out more. But today, we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic. We are living in a, did I call it? Artificial world. Queen, do me a favor. Can you go and find me the topic before I butcher it again? Are we living in an artificial world? And is this ever going to change? I believe that's what the topic was. It's something to do with living in an artificial world. A lot of things are done artificially nowadays. Heck, even some women as they get older, because they decide to wait to have kids, can only have kids by way of artificial insemination, right? Or they like to call it in vitro fertilization, right? IVF, right? You can still get the virus even if vaccinated. Of course you can. Of course you can. They never said that wasn't possible. But you have better protection if you have the virus, if you're vaccinated. The chances of you getting very sick and dying are far less with the vaccine. But hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. And I respect everyone's opinions, and we can all learn from each other's opinions. The only thing I really care about, to be honest with you, I do care about everyone surviving and being happy, right? And being healthy. But what I really care about is reaching herd immunity. When we reach herd immunity, which I believe is 70 or 75% of the country being vaccinated, then we'll be good. Because even for the people that are not vaccinated, you're going to have less of a chance of getting it because most people will be vaccinated. So, but anyway, enough of that. I have a feeling this video will get demonetized, even though I've said nothing bad, but we've been talking about the vaccine. But it's all positive stuff, nothing negative. I'm not spreading misinformation here. We're just stating opinions. That's all. We are living in a superficial world. Sorry, we're living in superficial times, and will this ever change? That's right, superficial, right. Artificial, similar thing, but superficial. Right, we are living in a superficial world, and will this ever change? After I did my stream last night, I was just thinking, what's really going on? What's making my life more difficult, even though I'm a good guy, I have a good attitude, I'm nice to people, I'm courteous, I'm respectful. What's really going on? What's really causing this modern world to have become more superficial than ever? And what I came up with, at least in my opinion, is the internet. The internet changed everything. But it more so changed things about 12, 13 years ago when the first smartphone was released. Now, the first iPhone released in 2007 couldn't do what they can do today. So I would say for about the last 9 or 10 years, we've had smartphones that can surf the internet and allow us to access our favorite websites through these things called apps or applications. Apps for short, right? And we have all these social media sites, and that changed everything and made things more artificial. Why? Because you have social media sites like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, right? You have all these sites where people from all over the world can post things and get likes and base how they feel about themselves depending on how many people like their postings, right? And another thing I was thinking about is something I talked about in the past. And that is the fact that in today's day and age, women contribute to 85% and have 85% of the buying power. Why is that? Because 85% of all purchases are made through a woman, for a woman, or by a woman, right? Well, let's focus on one. Made for a woman, right? That means guys or other women spending money on a product or service that a woman offers, right? And when, like I've said in the past, 97% of the men in today's world are beta males, right? When 97% of the men in this world, give me a second here, I'm passing by some people, are feminized men that put women on a pedestal, right? And lack self-confidence and self-respect, but they still want the attention of a woman. And since they can't get the attention of a woman the traditional way, what do? They go online. They go to sites like OnlyFans, where you could pay women money to, let's put it this way to be YouTube advertiser friendly, to give you a show. A show where the more you pay them, the more they will reveal. Let's put it to you that way, right? If you pay the most amount of money, they may reveal it all to you, guy, right? So think about it. What has this done? How has this affected good guys like me? And how has this affected women? Women are taking advantage of this because they now realize that our looks, our good looks are very profitable, right? Why? Because the majority of men are beta males and they lack the self-confidence to get a woman in real life. So we'll just go and start an OnlyFans site and just have guys pay to watch us do things for them digitally on the screen instead of them getting it in real life. It's very profitable, right? So when I say that 85% of the buying power is held by women, where 85% of all purchases are made through a woman, for a woman, or by a woman, in this case it's for a woman, right? This guy is purchasing the service of a woman. That service is her giving him a nice peep show because this guy lacks the self-confidence to be able to get a woman in real life. If he could get a woman in real life, do you think he'd be paying thousands of dollars to these women on OnlyFans that are making millions of dollars? Whew. But what does that do? What does that more so do? You folks tell me what you think in the chat. What does that more so do to these women, right? And to other innocent women that are watching these women make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or even 100 times more money than they're making working 2 hours a day, right? You have these other women that are working a corporate job, maybe making 50K or 100K a year, working 60 to 80 hours a week, right? And these women that are doing these little dances or, revealing shows 2 hours a day, working maybe 10, 15 hours a week, are making 10 times as much or more. They're making $1 million plus a year doing that and working 1/5 or 160 hours of the corporate working woman, right? So what does that do to our women, right? What does that do to our women when good guys like myself go out there and try to find a good woman to date? It's hard to find a good one because these women have realized nowadays that they're more profitable being single and using their looks to make money than to settle for a good guy and have a life with a good guy. Does that make sense? You folks tell me if I'm making any sense here, because this is the superficial world I feel we're all living in today. We really are. Let me see here. I already had the virus at Tornado Town. Were you not wearing masks, Tornado Town? Thank you for the topic, Queen. BWI Gaming says, at Tornado Town, I think I did too and didn't know it before they announced it. Queen says, I don't even post nothing on Facebook no more. I just use it for playing a game once in a while on my Facebook or in my Facebook groups. And that's it. Okay. Facebook for me is just messaging, says BWIA Gaming. I use it to promote my stuff and message. Queen says, screw OnlyFans. It's a bunch of, you're right. It's a bunch of lonely, let's just call them lonely men. I don't want to say that word and get demonetized. BWIA Gaming, I knew people over on Periscope doing privates like that. Right. BWIA Gaming, lots of girls making money on Periscope. Right. Well, lots of women are making money on any platform they can. And even the women that initially never thought they would get into the business of making money using their looks in some capacity are seeing other women make tons of money, and they're like, you know what? If they can do it, we can do it too, right? And if it wasn't for the internet, these women would not be able to do this, right? Now, granted, if it wasn't for the internet, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of things we can do today. I wouldn't be here live on the air right now, you know, from my smartphone, broadcasting in high quality. But again, this is what I feel is making this world a very superficial place. You have women that are doing this at a young age. They try to make as much money as they can. And then they hit their mid-30s and their looks start to fade a little bit, so they're not getting the same attention as the 20-year-olds are getting, when, you know, like when they were 20. So now they're like, okay, now my looks are starting to fade, so now I got to stop doing this and find a man. And have a family and do all that, right? And what happens as women get older, it's harder for them to find a good man, right? Especially men that want to have a family, right? Most men would rather have a family start a family with a woman in their 20s or early 30s than a woman in her mid 30s to late 40s, or to late 30s, I mean, sorry, right? So, this is the frustrating thing. It's just a fake world we're all living in, right? And if I look at it closely, like I've been looking at it for quite a while now, who holds the cards here? Who holds the cards? Who holds the cards, guys? Guys, you hold the cards, right? It's your money that's paying these women an astronomical amount of money for them to show you their goods on a computer screen or a mobile device. You hold the cards, guys. And when I say you hold the cards, I not only mean that figuratively, I mean that literally. You hold the credit card that you're paying them, right? And you guys, in my opinion, are so pathetic to continue to feed in all this money to make these women rich. And it's not only making them rich, that's the problem. It further not only sets you guys back from having a good woman in real life, like you for real, it affects good guys like me that aren't beta like you guys, because I would never ever pay any woman for a service like that, because I have self-confidence and I can get women in the real world. Nowadays, to find a good one, it does take a lot longer, partially based on what I'm saying, or I've been saying. But yeah, it's these beta guys that continue to empower women to make money in a way that, quite honestly, is pretty sad. But if guys are going to pay for it, then women are going to sell it, right? So how do we fix the issue? We got to get guys to stop feeding money into a virtual world because you guys feel that you can't get that in real life. I want to help you guys see that and build your confidence and go out there and actually be with a real woman. Touch and hold and hug and kiss and make love to a real woman, not your computer screen or your smartphone or your tablet, right? I wish there was a stat I could see how much money beta males spend on virtual sex. I bet you that number would be out of this frickin' world. Out of this frickin' world, completely. All right, we're getting towards the end. We're going to stop off at the observation deck when we get to the end. I'm just going to show you a 360. It's nice. It's probably like around like 12:45 right now. 12:30, 12:45 Pacific. 3:30, 3:45 Eastern. Absolutely no traffic on Highway 101. It's a great, great day. It's a nice day. It's starting to warm up. I'm glad I didn't really layer up today or wear my gloves. This is the perfect day to be out here on this trail. And another reason why I'm going to be doing more walks out here is because the sun hits me out here and I need more vitamin D. My vitamin D levels are a little bit low, so I need more vitamin D, and the best way to get vitamin D is to let the sun hit you, right? So anyway, electronics are sexy, LOL. Joking, says BWYA Gaming. Queen's laughing at gaming. Right. All right, let me see here. In addition, let's talk about some other things too. Let's talk about some other things. We were kind of talking about this at the beginning of the stream, right? And I kind of talked about this a little bit last night. And I want to talk about this in a general way. This has nothing specifically to do with the drama group of people that I used to be involved with. But another thing, you know, that's really kind of getting to me about how we're living in a fake, superficial world. To me, superficial primarily means fake, right? Not real, or it's inflated, right? You have a lot of people that, you know, for example, will come out here on YouTube or social media and just pretend to be something that they're not. And then they'll come out on these social media sites and pick fights intentionally to create content out of it, right? I never even understood this concept until I came out here on YouTube, because I've always been raised to be a good guy and to not deliberately stir up conflict, right? But I'll tell you, for the last 4 years out here on YouTube, despite what I've experienced in a negative way, I learned a lot from it. And now I can talk about it and discuss it and help other people better understand it and prevent them from going through it. Trust me, you don't want to go through it. But you have people, for example, on YouTube, that deliberately make things up and then deliberately make videos on other people trying to instigate drama. Why do they feel they need to do that? Why would any normal creator do that? Any normal creator would not do that. Why? Because they have their own content and they don't need that for content. These people, instead of figuring out what they're great at and making content out of what they're passionate about, make content out of attacking other people, instigating fake beefs, right? And then setting things up like what I mentioned earlier. Like some content creators have accused me of buying subscribers, views, and likes, right? And they know I haven't bought subscribers, views, and likes. They know it's other people doing it, right? It may be them doing it themselves. The people that are accusing me of it are typically the ones that are doing it because it gives them content. At least some content. And if I don't feed into it and, get triggered by it, it stops right there, right? Now, is it kind of feeding into me talking about it right now? No, I don't think it is feeding into it because I'm not triggered by it, because I know I'm not doing it. And I know it's not going to affect me in any way. I'm sharing it for example purposes because I want you folks to realize some of the people you're going to encounter in life are going to try to use you for their content and instigate fake, nonsensical, cringy drama. And it's up to you to avoid that like the plague. And let me tell you something, it's real easy to get sucked into this because there is a market for it. There is a market of people that love drama, right? And if you have a real good drama group of people, I wouldn't call it good, but if you have a pretty big drama group and you have some good drama going on between 2 or 3 creators, all of you are going to get more traction. Hey, I've seen it myself. But like I've always said, it's not something that's sustainable long term. It's not. And many people in many drama groups out here on YouTube are beginning to see that drama is not sustainable long term, because in order to have good drama, you have to have someone like me continuously feeding into, the drama, right? To bring it value. And at some point, even someone like myself was going to figure it out and not feed into it. And then basically it ends up starving these people of their content and they have nothing else, right? What do you think about this, folks? It's beautiful, right? It's a little bit windy, but it's a nice breeze cooling me off. I got a little warm on the first part of the trail. But now coming up here, I'm right by the water. And it's beautiful with a nice breeze. Let me check out the chat while I'm here. Buffering a bit. Am I buffering, folks? I don't think I'm buffering. Can somebody let me know if it's back? Arnie says, they fail in their original purpose on YouTube and then rely on drama to generate an audience. Right, but that audience is not sustainable long term. You know that, Arnie, right? BWY Gaming, oh, that is a very beautiful view. Yes, of course. I've been here many times. I'm sure you folks have seen me here before, but it's just been a while. Lewis Fuller says, that looks pretty. It's pretty windy right now. Do you hear any wind noise, or is this wind, is this windscreen doing its job? Because it is pretty windy right here. You're good. It's back. It was only a second. Yeah, there are some spots out here that have electrical interference and stuff, but it should be good for the most part. But anyway, all right, where are we at? We're at 46 minutes. All right. A little wind noise, but we can hear your voice well. Well, yeah, the windsock cuts out the majority of it, but you can still hear me. But for the most part, it cuts out all the noise. It's just that was a pretty big gust where I was at over there. So, but anyway, here's the view from this observation deck. Like, folks, this is great, having this in your backyard. Like right now, I feel like I'm a man out here on my own in the wilderness. Now, I mean, if I go a mile that way, you know, I'm back in civilization, right? It's not that far, but when you're even a mile out and you're surrounded by nature and the wetlands and water, this is just a nice break away from it all. I'll tell you, folks, I would rather come out here on any given day, whether I make money or not, than to be involved in any type of drama. Whether it be on YouTube, or be with the wrong woman, or be around family when there's drama. Like, let me tell you, as a man, there's no better feeling for me than kicking back. Like, look, like right now, I'll show you. I'm kicking back like right here. You see me? See this? I don't know if you can see this from this angle, right? We're gonna have a bunch of planes flying into the nearby San Carlos airport, the private plane airport. So I'll show you some planes if they fly over me on the way back. Just taking a little break here. Look at that. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Eli is chilling. Of course I am. Okay. All right, we've got 19 in the box, actually. All right, let's start heading back down. I may even go to the other side today as well. I have plenty of time. Folks, this is more than likely going to be the only stream I do tonight or today. I may have some plans for later tonight, more than likely. If it changes, then I may possibly do a stream, but I'm not going to promise you. But more than likely, this will be the only stream. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, get it in now. We're going to be on for about another 45 minutes or so at least. Maybe an hour max. So yeah, let's continue talking about this artificial world that we live in, right? And is it ever going to change, right? And like I said earlier, what's creating this? It's the internet, it's smartphones, it's social media, it's giving people more access to people than they've ever had. Before the internet, you were confined to your local area. And advertising on regular TV, which was expensive, or in the phone book, right? But now with the internet, you can sell anything and everything online, including virtual sex, right? So, is this ever going to change? Are things going to stop being superficial? Or is this the new world that we are all going to be living in from here on out? Did the internet, smartphones, and all of that change everything, right? Technology changed everything. That's what I meant to say. In my personal opinion, I'd like to hear your opinion in the chat. I feel that there's going to come a point in time where people are going to start to realize how superficial this digital world is, and it's not going to have the same effect as it has nowadays. What do I think that's going to take to get to that point? Well, number one, we're going to have to, do something to help all men better understand what they're up against in the modern world. And I personally have a feeling that as the birth rate continues to decline and more people are getting divorced, I think the government, not only here in the US, but all over the world, is going to have to incentivize men to get married again. I think that's the point where this will start changing. And if we're going to incentivize men to get married again, there are also going to be programs by the government to get men to better understand how to be a real man and how to not be a beta, a feminized man, right? Until we convert the majority of betas into alphas, in my opinion, it's not going to change. But if it doesn't change and the world keeps on going the way it's going, in my opinion, like I've said many times in the past, it's been a while since I've said this, but I'll say it again now, the human race as we know it is going to go extinct like dinosaurs. It won't happen during my lifetime, but if this keeps going the same way, 500 years from now, the population is going to greatly decline. And then after another 500 years, and another 500, maybe within, a couple thousand years, we're going to be like dinosaurs. So if all of these numbers, if the birth rate continues to decline, and the government doesn't incentivize men to get married again, and for men and women to cohabitate and have children, we're not going to exist. Until that happens, I don't really see much of a shift changing in this artificial world we all live in. Why are women going to want to work a desk job, like I said earlier, making $50K a year, when they can make $1 or $2 million a year taking their clothes off? And I'm not trying to be mean by saying that. If there's a market that's going to pay women to do that digitally from their webcam in their home, because the majority of men are betas and can't get it in real life, so they're going to pay to watch it digitally. I mean, if they can keep making money, doing that, then they're not going to stop. Why should they, right? As much as I don't like it, why should they, right? That's the truth. So I don't see this changing unless the government does something about it. But I do think they're going to be forced to do something about it probably within the next few hundred years. Who knows? They may do it during my lifetime. I doubt it. because it's not bad enough yet. But anyone, any strong, reasonable alpha male that understands what's been happening in the modern world between men and women, male and female relationship dynamics, already sees the shift, already sees the decline, right? But what happens with the government most of the time? They wait until things get really, 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 really bad, right before they're about to implode, before they do something, right? That's typically what happens, right? So I don't expect any action on this during my lifetime. But at some point, action will have to be taken or we won't exist. The human race won't exist. Oh, plans? He, a certain lady friend, I'm guessing. No, I'm not going on any dates. I have some phone calls to make, and I may spend some time with family and friends. But there are some women in the queue. I just have to figure out when I'm going to be able to talk with them and possibly meet them. But no, I have more to do in life than chase women. I don't chase women, but that's a figure of speech. I have more to do in life than try to find a woman to date. You know what I mean? I know you're just messing with BBWYA gaming, and that's cool. Not a big deal. BWYA Gaming says, no, you're right. The digital world has had an effect on a lot of different things. Queen Helen Casey says, never trust the government. I'm not saying I trust everything the government does, but some things you have to trust in, right? I'm not anti-government. I just don't agree with some of the things that they do. If there was no government, we'd all be shooting each other, Queen and BWYA. There has to be government. Just think about it. Think about if there was no government. All these people on YouTube, you think that the threats they make now are bad? Their threats would be 100 times worse, and they would actually show up and blow your head off. If there was no government and no laws, we would all be shooting each other. Now, I'm not the kind of guy that feels the need to do that, whether there's government or not, but I don't control how other people behave. And I also can't control how other people were raised. That come along with mental and emotional issues. You put a gun in their hand, and that's like a lethal, dangerous, loaded weapon. That's like a ticking time bomb, right? You say one wrong thing by mistake, boom. Dude, I'm going to come over and blow your head off, right? Nowadays, when people say that, we're like, okay, it's a YouTube thing, right? They're just joking, right? But if there was no government, who's to say they wouldn't take that in real life? They probably would. If there was no government, these people would have probably already come after me and blown my head off. Here's a plane. That's a beautiful plane. Look at that. Wow, nice. Can you folks see that clearly? That's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I still don't know what they're going to do here on this side trail. If they're going to divert the Bay Trail over there. They're still working on it. We'll see. Keep you posted. BWYA Gaming says, I believe that also, Eli, that's why I don't agree with defunding the police. So what you're saying, BWYA Gaming, is that we need to invest more resources in our police system. The local PD, the county sheriff. I honestly think, BWYA gaming, because this world has become more digital than real life, I think we need to invest more resources into the FBI Cybercrimes Division. I think that we need to open up offices of the FBI. The FBI has offices in every major city across the country, but I don't think that's enough. Not with the volume of business and the volume of people on social media that we have today. We need more resources, and we need more money to have active FBI agents patrol and police these sites, all of them. And I know there are people that are conservative extremists and alt-right that are totally against this, right? But why are these people totally against this? Because they want to be able to terrorize people without any fear of repercussion, right? And that's why I'd be all for that. You see, I know you're conservative, BWYA Gaming, but here's something you and I agree on, right? This has nothing to do with left versus right. For me, this has to do with what's necessary for everyone, right? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm going to pull over here and wait for these ladies to pass on by while I look at the chat here. You have to have some form of accountability in anything or it won't succeed, says BWYA Gaming. You're right. And furthermore, BWYA Gaming says, we sure do, Eli. They need to take cyberbullying more seriously. It's not just people harming others. It's about people harming themselves. Well, BWYA Gaming, how many people have committed suicide over YouTube? That's a serious thing, to the point of where, in my honest opinion, I think YouTube and Google should take a few $1 million and staff some people that are trained on how to handle suicide. So if any YouTuber is contemplating that, they have a number to call, right? Why aren't we thinking about things like that, right? It saddens me. It saddens me. You see at least one or two decent-sized YouTubers take their life each year over YouTube stuff, over being bullied and harassed on the platform, right? Like earlier this year, I did a stream on this. There's a Russian YouTuber, and he was also on Twitch as well, Stas Replay, who put his pregnant girlfriend on their balcony in sub-zero weather, and kept her out there for several minutes, and she froze to death. He murdered her and their unborn child. And I hear the guy's only going to be going to jail for 2 years. Like, we seriously need the FBI Cybercrimes Division to be on these platforms. And we need to have like 10 or 20, like on a platform like YouTube, we need to have 10 or 20 agents scouring the platform all day, every day with their sophisticated technology. And YouTube and Google need to give them access to protect the platform better, right? But see, here's the other issue that we have, BWYA Gaming. As much as YouTube says that they're fighting cyberbullying and harassment and hate speech and all that stuff, they kind of turn the cheek most of the time. You know why? Because it's the most profitable thing on the platform, right? All the bad shit that happens on the platform is the most profitable, right? And YouTube knows that, and Google knows that, right? So when you look at it that way, it's like you're trying to balance profitability and safety, right? And it creates a huge level of hypocrisy in my eyes. You know what I mean? It creates a huge level of hypocrisy. There's no need, there should be no reason why people should be committing suicide over YouTube. It's stupid. And I value people's lives. And I care about the people. You know what the funny thing is, BWYA Gaming, Queen, and anyone else that's here right now? What these people put me through out here on YouTube for the last 4 years, most other people that would have even gone through half of what I went through would have probably taken their lives. And I don't say that lightly at all. I don't say that lightly at all. I am a very strong person. And despite what this group of people might still think of me to this day, there's no way anyone else would have gone toe-to-toe with them for 4 years if they didn't have the strength, if I didn't have the strength that I have, I mean. But again, not everyone is as strong as I am. I want to help people get there. But in the meantime, the last thing I want to see is somebody take their life over people teasing them on YouTube. It's just sad. It's very sad. OMG says, BWYA Gaming, Queen is laughing. Gaming says, yes, it is hypocrisy. Queen says the FBI don't do nothing at all except being corrupt. That's it. Well, they don't do anything until it's too late. Someone has to die before they step in, right? But that's exactly what BWYA Gaming and I are saying, Queen, is that we need to invest more money in FBI resources to take preventative measures against cyberbullying and harassment and suicide and all that stuff. You're right about the FBI in the way it's set up right now. Yes, there is a cyber crimes division, but they won't do anything until after the crime has happened, right? So when do they investigate like these perverts online, right? After they commit the crime, after they're doing their pervy things, right? Then they investigate them, they track their IP, they go to their home or their apartment, and then they confiscate their computers, right? But the damage has already been done, right? The damage has been permanently done, and those people that were victimized are going to be permanently scarred with those incidents, right? I think the FBI needs to focus more resources on preventative measures than dealing with the aftermath. That's my opinion. And I don't know what your thoughts are about that, BWYA Gaming or Queen, but that's how I feel about it. That's how I honestly feel about it. It's really nice to be out here getting that vitamin D in from the sun. Feels good. Check out the chat here real quick. BWYA Gaming says, then you have some of these people on here faking their intentions to be good, and they actually are harming people by acting like they are for the victims when then they are actual bullies. That's right. You know why they do that, BWYA Gaming? Because they're instigating drama. In other words, you just said the same thing I said at the beginning of this show, or earlier on in the show. these people, they don't have any actual content, right? So the only thing they can do is sell drama, because drama does sell. There's a huge market for drama, right? So in order to get their piece of the drama pie, they have to instigate drama. So a lot of the things you see on YouTube, in my opinion, are fake. That's why, I've said this before, I'll say it again, that's why many people, years ago when I first got involved with that drama group, they thought I was acting with those other guys, right? I actually was never acting. The truth of the matter is they were acting, and they're still acting, because there are two other main culprits in that drama group. And those two culprits, they're going at it right now, and they can have each other for all I care. But those two culprits are actors. They're all acting. It's all an act, right? For me, it was never an act, right? And I didn't even realize they were acting until I got more experience out here on YouTube, right? So again, BWYA Gaming, what you're saying is that these people instigate fake drama to get an audience and get lots of donations and views and all that stuff, right? I may not go to the other side. I'm actually a little bit dehydrated. I need to be bringing some water on this trail. It's a nice plane. That's beautiful. Lots of planes flying back in after going down to Southern California for business. It is Friday, folks. Lewis Fuller says, and that is something that YouTube needs to do something about, the bullying and harassment and the trolls, YouTube and Google. Yep, we've been talking about that. Queen says, Lewis, YouTube and Google don't give a leaping lizards about anybody except silencing people. Well, no. What they care about is making money. If you're commercially viable to them, they love you. If you're not, then you're wasting server space. They'll get rid of you. That's just the way it goes. I mean, that's the truth. The truth of the matter is this. This is why I had to learn how to handle this, and that it's not worth going head to head with these drama people. The only thing you can do is ignore them and move on. It's because YouTube protects them, because they make YouTube a lot of money. A lot of these drama channels get lots of super chats that Google and YouTube take 30%, right? So I mean, as much as they should be removed from this platform, they're very profitable to YouTube and Google. So they're going to let them slide. And they have. Now, every so often, when, some of these channels push it a little bit way too far, then they will remove them, but very rarely. If they're making Google and YouTube money, as long as you're not really, really, really severely violating the terms of service, like showing nudity or something like that, they're not going to remove you. You're too profitable for them. And again, that's why I had to learn how to handle this and just withdraw, right? And now, just go back to doing what I've always loved doing, is helping people get a better grip on their life. Even though my channel name's no longer that, it's still what I do. Whew. Feels great. Feels great. 24 hours after, well, it hasn't even been 24 hours, but it's getting close to 24 hours since I've been vaccinated with my first Pfizer shot. And I'm out here on the trail, and I'm feeling good. Feeling great. I'm gonna head back home and probably take an Epsom salt bath. then probably cook myself some dinner, or maybe go grab some, you know, good quality takeout. And when I say good quality takeout, I mean healthy food, not crappy food. And then after that, I'm probably gonna go spend some time with family and friends. I'm gonna do something on this Friday night. But I should be around over the weekend. Unless I get some last minute hiking plans, which are always a possibility. But there's nothing on the books yet. So just letting you know, you may get some more content from me over the weekend. Oh yeah, I'm definitely feeling it now. I'm definitely feeling it. Yeah, I think the next time I do this trail, I'm gonna probably start wearing my backpack on this trail and carrying some water. Even though typically I don't bring any liquid while I'm out here, because it's not really that long, but it's still, I mean, going in and out from this side is still about 3 to 3.5 miles. So that's still a good distance to go without water. But I think as I get older, I'm getting dehydrated a lot more easily, so I gotta carry some water with me. I'm not that far from the end, probably another half a mile or so. You can see the end over there. Let me pull over here real quick. Lewis Fuller says, yes, I know, and that's something that YouTube and Google don't give a damn about. The trolling and the bullying, that's really sad. It is. And BWYA Gaming says, well, we talked about a lot of issues today. This was a great stream. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, BWYA Gaming. If you folks have any other questions, I'll be on the air for another, I'd say 15 minutes, which is what it'll take me to get back to my car. So get your questions in, your comments, your concerns. BWYA Gaming. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. And if I'm not doing anything this weekend, we can talk over the weekend if you're around. And if it doesn't work, we'll talk on Monday. But let's get a stream together on DLive and or YouTube on the books. And let's start moving forward. And anyone else, folks, that wants to collab and do some interviews or some panels, I'm open to doing that. I'm just waiting for people to reach out to me, because here's the thing that I don't do anymore. I don't just bring anyone on my panels anymore, because that creates a lot of drama. I want people to come on my panel or my panels that I pre-screen and I know are good people and that are less likely going to derail a good show. You know, when I used to be a part of the drama market and all that, you know, we would open up the panels. I would open up mine as well. And it just, you know, would create one big shit show. And that's not the content I want to create anymore. And I never really wanted to create that type of content anyway. You know? So reach out to me and let me know if you want to do an interview together on my channel and your channel. That goes for anyone out there that's a YouTuber that's watching this. If you want to do some discussion panels on some actual topics, non-drama topics, sure, let's do it. Yeah, it's a beautiful view from here. Absolutely beautiful. It's one of my favorite walks. It's not that far from where I live. And it's beautiful, peaceful. There's typically a good breeze out here because of the water. and the sun is usually out. That's great for your vitamin D intake naturally, because the sun is the best provider of vitamin D. Oh yeah, I'm definitely feeling this workout. Give me a second here. Thank you for taking care of that, Queen. I appreciate it. Just taking a moment of silence here, just to soak in the fresh air. Let me ask you folks out there, how many of you that create content actually review your pre-recorded videos before you make them public? And after you do live streams, you watch your live stream replays so you can learn how to, better them in the future. I watch every single one of my videos and live streams. The live streams after, obviously I do them because I'm live while I'm making them, right? And then the pre-recorded videos, I watch them before I upload them to YouTube, and then after I put them on YouTube, I watch them again. I'll go in the Epsom salt bath and watch my own stuff, because it's the best way to learn how to better your delivery. That's some solid advice there, folks. Like, some of you may be saying, I don't want to watch myself, listen to myself. I've already recorded this. Well, if you really take pride in being a creator, and you really care about putting out the best possible delivery for the people that consume your content and care about you and support you, that's the best way to do it. You will do that. I'm always striving to better things. Even though I'm quite experienced at this, no matter how experienced you are at something, you can always become better at it. You can always tweak something and make it that much better. Let me see here. Nothing happening. Still have 16 in the box. 35 thumbs up. $10 in super chats. And I also know that Tornado Town sent the Cash App earlier. I'm not quite sure what the amount was, but regardless of the amount, thank you very much for that once again. And I will acknowledge you on the next stream. Thank you for your continued support of this channel, Tornado Town. I appreciate you. I appreciate you and Queen. Even though you ladies don't believe in vaccinations, I still have a lot of love for you, because you know what, the kind of guy I am. I don't force people into my beliefs. I have my own way of doing things and my own beliefs, but I don't expect people to live their life in the same ways I do, right? What I do respect are people that can respectfully disagree, and we can learn from each other. We can share thoughts and opinions and not get all butthurt, right? Like most people do, right? You know what I mean? We're getting closer to the end. Got somebody coming over there. I'm going to pull up to the side here in a second. We're coming by the electrical towers. There are the transmission lines. It's absolutely beautiful out here. This is a great day for a walk, I'll tell you that. Great day for a walk. I'm going to pull up to the side. People are going maskless now because most people are vaccinated. It's really great. Things are getting back to normal. Hey, Riff, how you doing? Bettering things involves not instantly banning any genuine new people who may wander in, or asking them who they are or how they got here. Dear, oh dear. Queen says hello, Riff. Riff says wander. Riff says hello, Queen. You know, Riff, you make a lot of sense. You do. But here's the thing, Riff. Let me say this. Let me tell you what I don't want on my channel. I don't want suck accounts with names like BBC, whatever, right? If they have derogatory suck account names where it's obvious that they're a troll from the other side, bro, we're gonna remove them, right? If you're a legitimate consumer of content, you're not gonna have a derogatory Google account / YouTube account, right? You're gonna have an account either with your first and last name or your channel name or some cool username that's not derogatory, right? And for the people that create derogatory names, Riff, on a channel like this, more than likely they would be here for the wrong reasons. Now, I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just saying, in the past, Riff, we've let people talk with these derogatory names. And next thing you know, they stick around for a while, and then boom, they say something stupid because they were trolling all along, right? So I get what you're saying, Riff, and I want people to be able to speak, right? Everyone's welcome on this channel as long as you're not trolling. If you're trolling, and we can identify that, or we highly assume that because of your screen name, we're just going to remove you. Like, I don't want anything derogatory on this channel. This channel is 100% positive. We're heading in the right direction here. And I'll tell you, Riff, it's been great. It's been great having you around. And I've always respected you, man. And it's great that finally we're able to get past all this drama and not let that other side, separate us again, man. Because I think you're a great guy. You're like a brother I never had. I do have an actual brother, but you're like a second brother I never had. Man, you're a good dude. I respect you and I appreciate you, man. Now, let me come over here and say hello to the metal seal. I'm not going to go on this side because I'm feeling a good workout already, so I don't need to push it. Let me see here. And see, of course I do. It's what I do, says Riff. And Riff says, but you may be throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Sure, that's a possibility. I've seen normal looking names banned for no reason. If Queen does that and I realize that they're not bad people, then we unban them. BWY Gaming says, hi, Riff. Riff says, but whatever. Truth always gets me banned, it seems. Hello, gaming. Well, you're never getting banned here again, Riff, and you're a moderator now, and I'm the only one that can ban you. So you don't have to worry about that. But I think what's going on, Riff, is that you're having some issues in your guitar community, and they're banning you for just stating an opinion, which you know what tells me, or what that tells me, Riff, is that you're having the same issues with them as I was having with this drama group. These people are very insecure and immature, and if you don't completely go by their agenda, they're going to remove you, right? That's why I'm like you, Riff. Here's the thing. You call yourself the lone wolf on guitar, right? I'm like the lone wolf myself too, bro. Like, I honestly don't need anyone to be happy. Now, would I rather have friends? And do I have friends? Sure. Would I rather have a woman than be single? Sure, and I'm working on that. But I'm happy also being by myself. And if you can't be happy being by yourself, then there's no way you're ever going to be able to be happy with someone else or make them happy. It starts within you first. I keep saying that. And it's the truth. Let me close this door here. No pets on this trail. I don't think I've ever seen dogs on this trail, but they don't allow pets. They want to keep it clean. I'm gonna go this way because some other dude's kind of come up here that way, and I don't want to run into him. All right, folks, get your final questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. I'm going to be going off the air in just about 5 to 7 minutes, maybe a little bit less. I'm heading back to my car now, heading back to the parking lot. I went to bed early last night. I got an early start to my day. I've already done a stream, so I've been here for you folks. I'm going to take an early Epsom salt bath, have an early dinner, and I feel good. It's always great to get ahead, folks. There's nothing worse than the feeling of being behind on stuff, right? On anything, right? But when you're ahead of the game, because you figured out, stuff that was holding you back in the past, it's an awesome feeling. There's no better feeling than that. And I'll tell you, every time I've gotten myself back into this position, getting ahead of the game, all other aspects that are temporarily lacking in my life seem to work themselves out. I'm pretty sure you can figure out what that means as well. Good karma comes in spurts. If you have a good attitude, like I mentioned in my previous stream last night, go check it out if you missed it. It's only like 57 minutes. I think it's just like a little less than an hour. Good karma is the most attractive thing. It's the sexiest thing. Nothing better than, or not even good karma, sorry, a good attitude. A good attitude brings good karma. Thank you. All right, folks, just a couple more minutes here. At Bar Island. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is awesome. Let me see here. Let me see who's here. Specialized Cycling Club's in the house. What's going on, man? Coach wants... what's up, brother? I made 40 miles today and feel like an absolute champion. Hope you're feeling good too. All right, good for you, bro. That's a lot of cycling, man. It's a lot of cycling, dude. Why are you cycling that much per day, bro? Are you trying to lose more weight fast, or there has to be once you get to your nominal weight level, bro? I think that would be too much cycling. You want to maintain your weight once you get to a certain level and balance out your calories in and your calories out. But yeah, that's a lot, bro. Like, I thought I would never tell somebody that I think you're working out too much. But hey, if it's working for you, bro, it's working. Wow, that's a lot of mileage. 40 miles. Whew. Let me see here. Eli better know me, and you are smart asses by now, Riff. Hello Cycling says, Queen. Rip, the thing is, what I say and how I say it never changes. I'm not talking about other groups. I'm talking about here. I've been banned here for no good reason. Yeah, but Riff, why are you bringing that up now when you haven't been banned in a while? You're not gonna get banned. What's going on, bro? I mean, You know, I don't understand why you're mentioning that when you're not getting banned, dude. But I mean, I'm listening to your opinion, and we're talking about it. Let me see here. Let's see. Anyone famous live in that area? I'm sure. I just don't know. A lot of the 49ers used to live out here, but I don't know who lives out here now. The San Francisco 49ers, that is our football team. Nice Dodge Charger went past. So awesome looking. Yeah, a lot of nice cars out here. Lewis Fuller, I'm going to try to go live again on Monday. I have not been live streaming in 2 weeks because of my arthritis. Been a pain in the ass lately. Sorry to hear that, Lewis. Specialized Cycling Club, aka 10. I usually ride 100 to 150 miles a week, depending. That's a lot. Wow. Cycling is about peace of mind too, says Riff. Absolutely. For sure, Riff says Specialized. Riff says you assumed it was regarding a guitar group. It wasn't. Okay. Hollywood is dead now, says Queen. Yeah, it's all YouTube. It's all YouTube. All right, folks. We are at... Wow, we are at 1 hour and 36 minutes. I'm going to end this stream right now, folks. Again, I'm not sure if I'll be back later tonight or not. More than likely not, but don't be surprised if some plans change and I am back. I was going to go over and show you folks that area I typically go to where the boats are at, but I'll save that for next time. Maybe I'll come back out here tomorrow or do another live stream along another section of the SF Bay Trail here in San Mateo County where I live. With that being said, have yourselves a great day. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye bye. We're out. We're out. We're out. We're out. We're out. Peace out. Peace out.